to go ahead and jump up. Hello, welcome here. Welcome to the Pathway to Profits Pre-Master Class. Let me ask you this quick question. Are you preparing a place for your profits? Again, let me ask you this question. Are you an entrepreneur or business owner? Are you preparing a place for your profits? Now, if you are not, listen, this video is for you. All right. So welcome in. If this is your first time here, I am Rachel Harper of Rachel Harper Fit LLC, where I help small business CEOs increase their profits and their productivity while working less. All right. My background, for 6 years, I was a special education teacher where by law, I was required to meet deadlines and create good goals, smart goals. I was required to have good goal setting and planning and time management and routines and all these things, right? Or by law, I could literally be sued. I could be sued. All right. So what I have done is I have taken my expertise and I have created my personal and professional development business to help small business CEOs just like you increase your profits and your productivity while working less. All right. So let's go ahead and jump right in it. Now, before I get into how I'm going to help you to prepare a place for your profits, all right, and increase your pathway to your profits, before I do that, first and foremost, if you are watching this and you are an entrepreneur or a business owner and you feel as though you have had it, right? You're like, you know what? I don't think I can do this. I'm not sure if I am really built for this. Maybe you want to quit. Maybe you feel like this isn't for you. Let me encourage you to keep going. I want you to keep going. All right. In your hands, you hold a gift to someone else's legacy that they are trying to build. You hold the question or the answer to someone's question. All right. You hold the answer to someone's question and you're holding it right in your hands. You have the knowledge, you have the expertise. And so even if you feel like, you know what, I don't think my visibility is out there, I don't think that my impact or my influence is really going, keep going. You have to keep going. Even if you only helping one person, show up. Show up for that one person who maybe is not following you, but they see you and they need you to show up. Okay. They're going to come across you at some point and they need you. I don't care if if you're a dog walker, if you're selling ice cream, whatever the case may be, somebody needs you and your expertise. All right. It's going to help them feel better. It's going to help with some area of their life, right? It's going to help them with their money. It's going to help them with their legacy, their children, their marriage, their relationships, their well-being, their personality. There's so many things that you hold that's going to help them get to the next level to what it is that they're trying to do. All right. So I encourage you, if you are a business owner feeling like, you know what, I don't know if I can really move forward in 2022 because maybe I didn't have the best 2021, keep going, show up and keep going. All right. So now, business owners, whether you are product-based, service-based, you have your programs, coaching, consultant, you sell products, whatever the case may be. If you are a business owner and you say, you know what, I am at a bottleneck or at a ceiling with my profits, or I want to increase my profits in 2022. I want to make sure that I actually hit all of my goals, hit all of my targets in 2022. If you feel like, you know what, when I wake up, I'm kind of doing all the things, and at the end of the night, I feel like I still did nothing at all. This video is for you. I want to help you make sure that you're not, one, being unproductive, you're not procrastinating, but you're also hitting all of your profit goals, all right, in 2022. Because the goal, I can guarantee you, when you woke up this morning, you did not say, hey, this year I'm going to make sure I make less money than I did in 2021. I can guarantee you that you did not say that. So I want to help you make sure that that does not become your reality. So I want to help you with step number 1 to making sure you are on the right path to your 2022 profits. And the first thing that you need to make sure that you're doing is not just creating a vision board, but that you have real goals, real SMART goals. You might have heard that. Some people call them smarter goals, right? It's an acronym. And I'm going to walk you through this so that you make sure that you hit all of your profit targets this year. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my board here. Now, again, One, I was a teacher for 6 years. So I got my favorite marker. I got my board here. And now, again, I am my company, Rachel Harper Fit LLC, is a personal and professional development. All right. So if you're like, you know what, I need some professional development to get better with my habits, my planning, my goal setting, my processes, my workflows, my online marketing, my online sales processes, all those things, then you make sure you hit me up at rachelharperfit.com to schedule your consultation call. All right. So with your goals this year, with your profits, you probably said, I want to increase my profits this year. Now, when we look at that goal of increasing your profits, that is a very blanket statement. It is a very broad statement. We know that we want to, or I know that you want to, and you know that you want to increase your profits this year. But the real question is, how much? Let's make our goal a SMART goal so that you actually can hit targets every single quarter, and that you can make sure that at the end of the 12 months, you have reached the exact income and profit margins that you have wanted to hit. Okay, so let's start with this example. So you might have heard of the word SMART goals. Maybe you are familiar with them, maybe you're not. Now, with SMART goal, this is something that I, again, by law, had to use as a special educator, or I would have been sued if I didn't set up SMART goals for my students. And now I use it to remain profitable in my business as well as my husband's business. So when we look at the word SMART, SMART is actually an acronym. And when we look at the first one, now it's going to be backwards for Instagram. Specific. So let me change my camera around so that you guys can see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this down. Hi. I'm going to take this down. I'm going to flip it around. Let's see. Let's flip this here. And as I flip it, I am going to turn my camera. And now I cannot see you guys. If you are here, just go ahead and drop a hi in the comments. I'm here on this side, but I can't see my phone, which is fine. But I want to make sure that you hit your profit margins and your income this year. Okay, so again, we want to be on a specific pathway to your profits. Okay, we don't want to be on this road that's going zigzag. We don't know where we're going. We're waking up. We're just doing all the things, and we're just saying, "Oh, I want to become a millionaire." Well, how are you going to become a millionaire if you're just doing all the things? That's not going to work in your business. So you are required. You should be, as the CEO in your business, once again, you got to make sure you are reaching your professional goals. Okay. And one of those professional goals is, if you are going to increase your profits, get specific. How much are you going to increase your profits by? 30%, 40%, $1,000. So let's say you have one product or one service or one program, and you say, I want to increase my profits by $1,000. So let's say you have a coaching program and you say, I want to increase, not even want to, don't even say want to, say, I will increase my profits for my, whatever your service, program, or product is. I'm going to increase my so-and-so by $1,000 by, let's say the end of quarter one is March. Let's say March 31st. I think there's 31 days in March, right? March 31st. All right. So this is very specific. Do not say, I'm just going to increase my profits, or I just want to make this amount of money. So the good thing about being specific and saying, I want to reach $1,000 by the end of this quarter, guess what you can do with this process? If you know the exact steps of what you did, you can just rinse and repeat that process. But not only that, that process now becomes an SOP, a standard operating procedure in your business. Okay. So some people say, well, how can I create an SOP? You can start with your goals. What is the goal that you have, and what are the steps that you're actually taking? Turn that thing into an SOP so that when you hire out, you can also tell this next person, these are the steps that we're going to do in order to make $1,000. I know I can at least do that. All right. Or you can even take this $1,000 and now quarter two, you can double up what you're doing. All right. So make sure that you are being very specific. Don't just say, I want to increase my profits. Know how much you want to increase your profits by. This is very specific. I have a date. I have the amount of money. I have my program. I know I'm going to increase it. I don't think anybody would have a goal of decreasing, right? They know that they're going to increase it. So it's very specific. Be specific with what you want in your business. All right. So that's the first part of our SMART goal. Oh, let me actually just keep that there. I will increase my profits March. I'm gonna just leave this up here, March 31st. And let me get specific here. I will increase my profits. I will increase the profits of my, let's say, shirt sales. Of my shirt sales by $1,000. All right. You want juice? You want this one? Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. I'm pouring milk. This is real live mompreneur here. This is real live mompreneur. This is how things work around here. Again, I was a teacher for 6 years, so this is one of my goals, being able to leave the classroom and become an entrepreneur so that I can stay home and do things just like this, right? I can teach entrepreneurs how to increase their profits and their productivity while also staying home with my little one. Here you go. Welcome. All right, so I will increase the profits of my shirt sales by $1,000 by March 31st. So that's the first thing. All right, so this is very specific. Next thing, it needs to be measurable. Can you measure this? Can you measure, I want to increase my profits? How can you measure that? I want to increase my profits. That's incorrect. Hold on, guys. All right, so you cannot measure that. You cannot measure how you're going to increase profits. You have to say, well, it's measurable. I can measure $1,000. I can measure $1,000, right? How can I measure $1,000? With my bank account. I can see how my profits are rolling in. I can see my $1,000 if you have QuickBooks. You can see $1,000 if you've hired someone to manage your money. You can see, if you have, let's say, Sam Card, if you have Teachable, you're selling courses. If you have some type of customers system where people are going in, if you have Stripe, PayPal, whatever the case may be, there's something that might be measuring those profits for you. So what I would recommend is that every Sunday you sit down and actually look at how much look at your profits. Okay, and then actually write that down. You can actually see how you are reaching your goals. And what I have done for my husband is we sit down and have created a sheet for him. And in that sheet, we sit down every Sunday and we write in how much money did you make for specific programs that you are selling. Okay, how many sales did you get this week? So then you could take that, and then what we say is, okay, next year, come January, why is it that sales dipped here or that sales increased? What is something that you did? What is something that you didn't do, right? So that's very good strategic ways of moving as a CEO in your business. All right, so I'm going to check my phone here because, of course, it is backwards. Hopefully you guys can still hear me because my phone did ring. Hope you guys can still hear me. All right. So not only is it specific. So again, we say it is measurable. And my handwriting isn't the best right now. Right. So we're going with SMART. It's measurable. Now, is it attainable? So not only do we say is it attainable, you can say is it achievable? Now, when I was a teacher in the classroom as a special educator, there is no way in the world that a student who had a 4th grade math level would I be able to put him or he or she into an advanced, let's say, high school calculus class. That's not attainable. That's unrealistic. That's not achievable. Let's think about you as a business owner. I will increase the profits of my shirt sales by, let's say, if you say $1 million. Is that really attainable for you? It might be, but you really have to think, is it really attainable for me to make $1 million by March 31st in my business? Now, again, I always talk about have faith in your business. But again, we want to make sure that we have realistic faith. Now, is it attainable? Can you make $1 million by March 31st? Now, you might say yes. You got to make sure that your habits, your productivity, your procrastination, your routines, your time management, your priorities, all those things need to be put in place. But if you know you struggle with procrastination, if you struggle with your planning, your time management, your routines, your habits, then that $1 million might not be achievable or attainable. All right. So I know that $1,000 for sure in your business could possibly be attainable. Right. So if you're doing your online sales, you're going live, you actually have a place for people to buy your products. If maybe you have your website, don't just show up and say, I got a thing, but you haven't done anything to get anybody to the product that you're even trying to sell. Then $1,000, even though that seems like a low money, it might not be attainable if you're not putting in the work. Okay. So this is real goal setting. So people say, well, I want to make $1 million. You got to create the goal. You got to put it there for you. Okay. So specific, measurable, attainable. Now we're going to go with our R. Our R is it relevant? Is it relevant? So for example, let's say if you are selling shirts, is it relevant for you at that point? If you're trying to launch a shirt, if you're trying to launch a new shirt, is it relevant for you to have in this goal that you're going to be selling a program or a coaching program? It doesn't line up. If your goal is that you want to increase sales of your t-shirts, then why does your goal have anything to do with a coaching program? Okay. Why would that be relevant? That's irrelevant. That's not relevant. So we got to make sure we have, that's why they call them SMART goals. We got to make sure that we are being smart with our goals. All right. So specific, measurable, attainable, relevant. This is very relevant. I want to increase my sales. Now, how can I make this even more relevant? All right. I'm going to say what I'm going to do in order to increase my shirt sales. So now I'm going to add on, I will increase the profits of my shirt sales by $1,000 by March 31st by, let's say, by doing live online sales on Instagram. Ooh, now I got a relevant step. You mean to tell me I've now upgraded my goal to say now what I'm actually going to do? I actually have something that can help me with my habits, something that can help me with my lack of procrastination. I know that I got to wake up and go online and go live and create a sale, get a sale. All right. So this in and of itself is going to require a process, but at least you know something that you're going to be doing. All right. So specific, measurable, attainable, relevant. And the last one, time bound. Time bound. What does that mean? Put a time on it. Put a date on it. By March 31st, I'm going to achieve my $1,000. I will. Not I want to, not I might, not I should, not I could. I will. I will increase the profits of my shirt sales by $1,000 by March 31st by doing what? By doing live online sales on Instagram. SMART goals. So there's some people who throw around the word SMART goals, and they really don't explain it. But this is how it should look. And like I said, I was a special education, Aaron, shh. I was a special education teacher for 6 years. All right. And by law, if I did not create the students on my caseload, if I did not do my goals in this way, by law, the parents could have sued me. All right. So I want you to make sure that your goals look just like this, that you are hitting them. Now, the next thing you're going to do after you create your SMART goals, you're going to create your habits. All right. So what do your habits look like? So you said that you're going to go live online doing your sales on IG. So now I got to make sure that whatever I do in order to and get my sales, that I'm doing just that. All right, so now that requires planning. Oops, they're like an M. That requires planning. That requires time management. All right, that requires you saying, all right, I'm going to plan out my live. I'm going to plan out how I'm going to go on live. I'm going to plan out, how long I'm going to do it. How long will my live be? All right, what will I say? Do you need to have it create an outline? All of those things matter. You're still going to create a goal. You might need to create another goal. All right, but the goal that we know we have is $1,000 by March. All right, so all of these things are important. Now, you also got to look at some other things, right? So let's look at your personal development. Do you struggle with procrastination? So if I know my goal tells me that by March 31st, I got to reach this goal, then guess what? If I struggle with procrastination, this goal might still not even happen. So why am I saying that I want to increase the profits in my business if I know I'm not even trying to do personal development and get over the procrastination that you struggle with? That's why it's important for you to make sure that you are reading your books, you are, joining groups, wherever your weaknesses or your struggles may be that keeps you from reaching your goals. You make sure that this year in 2022, you do not allow those things to stop your progress. Don't allow them to stop your profits. Don't allow them to bring down your business because you as a CEO refuse to get professional development and personal development in order to get better with your products and your sales, okay? Because what we're really trying to reach, I know for myself, for my business, it is the vehicle to the life that I really want. What does that mean? The life that I really want is time freedom. I want to leave a legacy. I want to have a legacy now before I'm gone off this earth. I want my children to be able to have my last name to mean something to them, right? I want to be able to travel. I don't want a boss to have to tell me what to do all the time, right? I want to be able to teach my own kids. That was the one reason why I left the classroom. Not only just, because of the virus, but it was like, I'm teaching all these other people's children. I want to be able to teach my own children. And so I was able to do that with my daughter who's now in kindergarten, right? So I stayed home with her, taught her through her pre-K year. She missed pre-K, but because I am a certified teacher and I know these things like this, I was able to say, you know what? I'm going to start my business so that I can have time freedom and financial freedom. So you yourself, you also have impact, you have influence, and it allows you to create income. But you got to realize that your business is the vehicle to the life you really want. And so in order for you to get there, to be able to travel, whatever your vision might be for your life, right? Traveling and going across the world and having time freedom and being able to, do the things that you enjoy and being able to enjoy your hobbies and enjoy your marriage and your lifestyle. All those things require you to plan, have proper time management, to have proper execution, to set real power goals. All right. So this is very important. Like I said, a lot of people, they're not going to teach you this. They're going to say, okay, how can I get you to your $1,000? And they might give you a strategy, but then they forget or they don't ask, do you know how to plan? Do you know how to manage your time so that your strategy can actually work? Do you have an actual goal for the strategy that someone else or that you put into place, right? Do you have good habits? Have you set boundaries? Have you told yourself, you know what, for 30 minutes a day, I'm going to read about procrastination, or I'm going to read about habits and routines so that I can make sure I get better with reaching my profit goals. Okay. So your business is so much more than just money. All right. So you have impact, you have influence, you have the answer to someone's question. Someone is struggling right now and they're waiting on you to show up. They're waiting on you to get better with your habits. They're waiting on you to get better with your procrastination. They're waiting on you to get better with all of those things. But it's up to you to say, I, as the CEO of my company, I'm going to make sure that in 2022 that I seek, professional and personal development for myself and my business. Because not only that, like I said, your vehicle, your business is the vehicle to the life that you really want. Your business is not the stop. Your business is just your opportunity in order to create the life that you want. All right. And I think many of us forget that. But hopefully you got something out of this, the SMART goal. This is the Pathway to Profits pre-masterclass. The full masterclass will be on the last day of this month at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I'm going to walk you through how to get more profitable and productive while working less. All right. And so I'm going to give you my 4-step process of power goal setting, power strategy, power execution, and power analysis. Look, you got to become strategic as the CEO in your business, and I'm here to help you. So again, I'm Rachel Harper of rachelharperfit.com, where I offer personal and professional development to help small business CEOs increase their profits and their productivity so that they can work less. All right. So I hope that you have a good one. Today is Friday. I will see you all on Monday for our next small mini Pathway to Profits pre-masterclass. All right. I'll see you guys next time.